In our health alert tonight, caffeine and migraines. Is there a link? New research said yes.
But so many of us rely on coffee and sodas to get through the day. So how much is too much caffeine? Our chief health editor, Dr. Nandi, joins us now with the answer to that. Doc?
So Alan and Heather, well, there's good news. If you only drink 1 to 2 servings of caffeinated beverages a day, you're likely okay. But if you drink 3 or more, that risk goes up. Now, this new study involved 98 participants. All of them suffered from episodic migraines. Their caffeine intake, health behaviors, and headaches were tracked over 6 weeks. And researchers found that the participants who had 3 or more servings were 1.4 times more likely to get a migraine that day, while those who drank 5 or more had 2.64 times higher odds. Now, those numbers may not be that high to you. It may not seem that high to you, but if you get migraines, you're pretty much willing to do anything to avoid them.
So, doctor, coffee comes in many sizes. How many ounces was considered a serving?
So, Alan, for a cup of coffee or tea, the serving size was between 6 and 8 ounces, while soda was 12 ounces. But what I'd like to, for migraine sufferers to be aware of is that some foods and medications can also contain caffeine. Many of you know that chocolate has it, but so can ice cream, frozen yogurt, pudding, even some breakfast cereals, believe it or not. And pain relievers can also contain caffeine because it can help the medication work more quickly. So if you suffer from migraines, you may want to stick to 1 caffeinated beverage a day if you're also consuming caffeine in other forms.
So is there anything else we can do to avoid migraines?
Heather, it's important to know your triggers. That's super important. What triggers a migraine in one person may not trigger it in another. Besides caffeine, other things that can set off migraines are sleep changes, emotional stress, bright lights, hormonal changes, and weather changes. Even food can play a role. For example, aged cheese and anything processed can be triggers. So if you have regular migraines, please keep a diary to keep track and see your doctor for treatment, because if you self-diagnose and overuse headache relieving medication, this can also lead to more migraines. So important stuff, and I think if you're suffering from migraine, just keep a diary and keep track of it.
Yes, and very important information. Thanks, Doc. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And if you have a question or a health concern for the doctor, you can email him, Dr. Nandi at askdrnandi.com, or send it to us on Facebook or Twitter.
Well, while